So I'm speaking with Felix, one of Panama's only civil society representatives at the UN climate talks this week. Felix, can you just give me some information about where you're from and what you do for your work in Panama?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the opportunity. Well, I work for an NGO here that is called the Environmental Advocacy Center. And we basically provide legal representation to indigenous and peasant communities as well as communities based in the cities in order to defend the environment. We file lawsuits on their behalf before the Supreme Court against bad government decisions mostly. For example, bad EIAs, illegally approved urban planning or changes of zoning, stuff like that.
Okay. And can you just talk a bit about how climate change is impacting on Panama more broadly?
Well, Panama is mostly at sea level, so and the narrowest part of the country is about 70 kilometers long. Therefore, it is very important. I mean, the sea level rise is very important for us. On the other hand, we have noticed how extreme climate events are becoming more frequent. Even though we're not in the path of hurricanes, Hurricane Mitch switched its route and it impacted Central America a little north of us, Nicaragua. So we're not completely exempt from this type of events. There can be more flooding and more drought periods. So it is definitely a concern. We're not an emitter country, but we need to conserve our forest, and unfortunately our government is promoting public policies that are favoring mining, open pit mining, mangrove felling, and also building hydropower projects without any planning at all. So those are activities that produce high deforestation, and we need to conserve our forests in order to prevent these emissions from happening.
Yeah, that's right. And what are you doing at the UN climate talks, and what's kind of Panamanian civil society sort of doing to respond to climate change?
Okay, several of the NGOs, the Panamanian NGOs that are here are with the IUCN National Committee. We decided to join the Climate Action Network, and we have requested membership already. Because the network didn't have any Panamanian members, so we have requested membership, and we're trying to support as much as we can the efforts to spread the word about what CAN is advocating for in the negotiations. We believe that that's mostly our role as a local organization, and at the same time we are trying to become more aware of what those CAN positions are in order to help advocate them with our government as well.
Fantastic. And just lastly, what do you make of this big sort of institution that is the United Nations, and how do you kind of see, Panama's role, and just some sort of thoughts about the whole institution as a kind of big thing?
Okay, well, we believe that the United Nations, we are better with the United Nations than without it. Unfortunately, the negotiations process is not going at the same pace as scientific knowledge on climate change. And it's difficult to overcome that kind of limitation, especially in this type of venue. So we believe that the political process needs to adjust. And in that sense, for example, the proposal of a new architecture for this type of negotiations is important, but in the meantime, we need to work with what we have and try to advocate for reform, at the same time negotiating the critical issues that are being discussed here, because this is the only way in which states can find a common ground to at least talk.
Great. Well, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
And good luck with everything, Felix.
And welcome.
Cheers.